Doctors are considered angels, but there was at least one in recent history who proved to be an angel of death. Meets the Green Reaper in guise of a doctor. Harold Shipman, also known as Dr. Death. Shipman, a British general physician, was found to have killed 250 of his patients over a period of 23 years. As per official records, he was charged with 15 murders and 1 count of forgery, which led to a life sentence for him. An investigation was launched to understand the damage he had dealt to the minds of the female population. Shipman was born in 1946, attended the School of Medicine at the University of Leeds in 1965, and became a general practitioner. He developed an addiction to painkillers himself during his college education, as per a report in The Guardian. While growing up, he lost his mother at the age of 17 due to an alleged morphine overdose while she was battling lung cancer. An editorial published in a journal of the Medical Legal Society says his mother's doctor had given her a morphine overdose to relieve her of her suffering. This struck Shipman hard. According to reporters, this became his modus operandi to relieve his patients, who were mostly middle-aged or elderly women. During his practice as general practitioner, he targeted his patients with injections of diamorphins, the clinical name for heroin, reported the Radio Times. Due to this modus operandi of his, he had stockpiled diamorphins by either forcefully prescribing it or taking it from cancer patients after their deaths. No suspicions was raised in the number of deaths, as he would himself sign the death certificate, attributing it to a natural cause. But people eventually started to question such high death rate of patients under his care. The youngest victim of his was said to be a 4-year-old. The girl was killed within 10 minutes when her mother stepped away for a bit, reported The Independent. From a 4-year-old to a woman in her 80s, Dr. Death spared none. However, there was one survivor who defeated the odds and came back alive after Shipman tried to end her life. Elaine Oswald, the only patient who survived Dr. Death, told The Independent that she became unconscious one day after Shipman pricked her with a needle. "I can't see properly," she said. "There were people slapping my face, telling me not to sleep. They were saying, 'Fight it, fight it.'" Following the incident, she remained in the hospital for 4 days. Upon returning home, she found Shipman to be very attentive to her. Within 3 days, she and her husband were even being entertained at supper by the Shipmans. Whenever the conversation of her illness would pop up, she would be told that she was acutely allergic to opiate-based painkillers that Shipman had prescribed. Oswald was probably the only lucky one, as she dodged death. The murders went on for quite a while before the pattern started to break and people started to have their suspicions, reporters said. In August 1998, a taxi driver, John Shore, while talking to the police, reportedly said he suspected Shipman had killed 21 patients. His statement came after he noticed that many elderly women he had taken to the medical center were dying in Shipman's care, despite arriving in what seemed to be good health. Shipman's last victim, Kathleen Grundy, was found dead in her house in June 1998, and Shipman was the last person to see her alive, reported Radio Times. Grundy's daughter, Angela Woodruff, who was a lawyer, was told by a solicitor that an inauthentic-looking will was made similarly by her mother that basically excluded Woodruff and her children from it. But the point that made everyone think hard was the fact that Grundy left $386,000 to Shipman. Woodruff reported this to the police, which led to an investigation. During the investigation, traces of heroin was found in Grundy's body. Forensic scientists said her death was consistent with the use or administration of a significant quality of morphine or dimorphin, and similar values had been seen in fatalities attributed to morphine overdose. The Radio Times article said. The police eventually reached the conclusion that the will was fake and arrested Shipman on September 7, 1998. The court later sentenced him to life imprisonment. According to Britannica.com, Shipman was convicted on 15 counts of murder and 1 count of forgery. His own end came in January 2004, a day before his 58th birthday. Shipman committed suicide, hanging himself in his prison cell. According to Britannica article, a government inquiry was ordered to ascertain how many patients may have been killed by Shipman. In 2005, a year after his death, an official report said he had killed an estimated 250 people since 1971. Despite the case of the forged will, which eventually did him in, money was not found to be a serious motive for Shipman to kill so many patients who came to him with a hope to live longer. While his actual motives remain unclear, there were many theories that speculated the possible reason why he turned into a murderer. The Britannica article says, while many believed he had wanted to avenge his mother's death, others speculated it was euthanasia that he thought he was practicing. A third possibility raised was that he derived pleasure from the knowledge that, as a doctor, he had the power of life or death over his patient, the article notes.